Spiritual Teaching 241. Love each other. 1. I receive you, people, who come to feed yourselves with the divine word, which is the bread of the Spirit. I come to show you the love that I have for you. Humanity who only go in search of pain, blood, and anguish. The shadows of materialism have clouded the eyes of men, and they cannot contemplate the path of restitution. 2. At least you who hear me, rejoice in my word and console yourselves in me, because this humanity has lost its mind, since instead of pursuing the truth, you are pursuing confusion. The great human intelligence flourish today in evil, and they make their ideal of them. That is why I have told you for so long, those whom I have named my disciples, that by carrying out this mission that I have entrusted to them, their example will influence the life of others, in thinking and talking about others, to the extent that they can say, "Today I find myself using my spirit that before I thought was useless." 3. Disciples. When the spirit of humanity rises, frees itself and works in the fields that belong to it, it will end the cup of pain that this world drinks. When spirituality flourishes in the mind and heart of man, there will be flourishing in all the paths of your life. I am speaking to those who aspire to be my disciples and in whom I find sensitivity when listening to me. 4. My people, make sure that not a single moment of your life is lost. Love each other and feel the pain of not having done it before. Meditate deeply on the good and bad acts of your past, because from that meditation you will obtain good fruits, and then think ahead. Ask yourselves, what do I have in store for the times to come? You will understand that you have something to say to humanity, that you will have to do something to wake her up from that dream that does not let her contemplate the cloak with which death is covering and stalking every moment, that you have to do something to wake up and listen to the voice of consciousness. 5. Human vanities. Men who seek your flourishing and your glorification on earth. 6. To speak words that kill, you have come to make yourself a throne, from which you make your war orders heard, of invocation to destruction and death. 7. What is human intelligence, if it is not linked to the spirituality that is consciousness, justice, and charity? With what words will the men answer before God, who with their light invented the great destructive weapons? With what will they pay off the debt they are contracting? How will you reap the harvest of your great sowing? 8. And to all those who speak of me and name themselves my disciples and ministers, I ask, what are you doing in these moments, and what have you prepared to protect the world? 9. Oh, little ones who listen to me at this time, work in my work of love. Hasten to consecrate that part of your life that I ask of you for the benefit of your fellow men, which at the same time will be for your benefit. 10. My work needs soldiers. Why not give your life on this spiritual front, when you give it to no avail in the battlefields? 11. That part of time that I ask of you, use it teaching. Give a chair of love and knowledge, touch and wake up the hearts. Look at my divine existence consecrated to love you, to care for you, and to give you salvation. Remember that I too, as man, how much I dedicated my whole life to you. Do not settle for collecting little seed. What will be the gift or present that you place in my hand when you enter what you call the hereafter? I poured you the water from my spring. And are you going to give me just a few drops? Testify with your good works. 12. The spiritual gifts that have been manifested in you at this time have been to help you overflow those crystalline waters on the spirit of your brothers. Learn from your master, who has always shown himself as a spring of love for you, like a perpetual gift, like a lamplet to illuminate the heart of him that suffers. Is not each one of my words like a torch of light on the path of the traveler who goes in search of the goal of your destiny? Isn't this message a new revelation that brings you closer? 13. Only the one who feels and lives my doctrine and my law can be called a teacher in my word. There this word leads you so that you know the high and the deep, because the spirit that wants to be great is only interested in great works. Small spirit walks only around the small, and to believe, it has to shed the superfluous with pain and be strengthened with the love of your Father. 17. I will tell you even more about the great spirits. They are not sensitive to offenses, nor weak to blows. Come with indifference those miseries and see with mercy those who carry them. They are above these small things and go only to what is great. 18. All of you will have to go through great trials. You need to be very strong so as not to faint and thus avoid the shame of your weakness. You who have heard this word, and who have come to the table of the good delicacies and you have fed on my wisdom, be strong and encourage your brothers with your love. 19. He who does good is an apostle of Christ, but he will not need titles that prove him as such, nor will he need to flaunt it. 20. What do you tell me when you reveal the painful events of the future? What can you offer to the profane who come to you looking for comfort? 21. I only say to you, sow my seed. This doctrine is your legacy. If you know how to penetrate the depths of your spirit, there you will find the Messiah who returns at every moment to your heart to illuminate it with his light. 22. Of those who will come tomorrow to know of my advent, two groups can be made. Some who will come doubting and believers and tender will come out, because the love of my word touched them, and others who come believers, so they will continue dissatisfied, because they are more matter than spirit, more folly than reflection. But to you who have been named my new disciples and who have been pointed out by my Holy Spirit, I ask you, when will you begin to enlighten the world with the example of your works of love? 23. Listen, when I was on earth with you, men came to me in caravans, men of tall posts covered with vanity, rulers who secretly sought me out to listen to me. Some admired me, but not confessed it out of fear. Others denied me. Crowds of men, women and children came to me, and I listened in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. And they always found the Master ready to give them the word of God. They contemplated the self-forgotten Master and did not know what time he fed so that his body would not be decayed or weakened. And they did not know that Jesus took strength from his own spirit and in himself found sustenance. 24. Thus someday you will know that he who, inspired by divine love, consecrates his existence to comfort, to support and love his brothers, he will find in his own spirit strength and unknown foods that will sustain him without decay for a moment in the fight. 25. This is how I manifested myself in that people, that it is this same one now and that tomorrow will form a single conglomerate in the whole world, God's people. 26. Learn from the Master and take advantage of your gifts so that you will pay off the great debt that you and humanity still have. Gladly accept your restitution, and do not want to pay that debt with something that, at the same time, please, do not bother, because many times you will have to come to sacrifice or renunciation. 27. I do not ask for your life, only a few hours, only a part of your time. 28. Remember that Jesus, by being with you, left his mother, that most sweet mother who was the only thing he had in the earth. He was absent from her in life, and only gave himself into her arms when, already lifeless, he was detached from the cross. I do not ask so much of you, just a small part of what I gave and taught you. 29. Give your life comforting the sad, healing the sick and saving the lost. But do not let yourself be killed just to show that you know how to die for me. 30. In my doctrine there should be no accused or accusers, offended or offenders, only those who aspire to rise through the practice of my teachings. 31. You have everything to reach me, The world is a school, life is a book, my inspiration is a light. I am the master, men are my disciples. This is why I call you incessantly and tell you, you all fit in my love. 32. Don't leave me alone with mighty chinks. Do not be cold before this love that I am showing you. Look that through human lips, the word of my spirit enlightens you. 33. If on earth you say that I, with my doctrine, with my law, have brought you religions, I tell you that before me there is only a worship that is of love, love of the Father, of the like or brothers, and of everything that has sprung from the Creator. 34. That divine maxim of loving one another will be the law that unites all men, that enlightens so that they feel brothers, protect themselves, help each other, defend themselves from temptations and recognize themselves without dwelling on differences of races or creeds. 35. Imagine such a world and you will imagine it in peace, as a single family governed by the laws of love, respect, and justice. 36. These prophecies will come true because your world is not condemned to be eternally a valley of darkness and sins. 37. Virtue will shine in the hearts of men like flowers in the orchards, because I tell you, flowers are in their beauty, similar to ideas and inspirations that spring from God to save sinners. 38. Come, this is your way. Here is the bread of the poor and the consolation of the sad. Come and fear nothing. 39. Blessed people of Israel, listen to the voice of your conscience. Prepare your understanding, because I am going to leave, but my word is indelibly written in each one of you. Hear the living word that I am spilling, that springs from the source of wisdom, which is my spirit. 40. I have opened all the paths, so that all my children may reach me. It is the time of awakening, in which I will show with clarity my word of the past times and the new revelations that I will make you, and that are the complement, the third part of the book of which you will be possessors. 41. I have come to open before you the veil that concealed the greatness of my doctrine. I gave you in the second era the seed for you to sow and cultivate, and at the right time you would make it present to me. 42. But I have asked the people in charge of spreading it for the fruit, and I have gathered few grains. After a long era, I already had said, new generations will come to earth, and she will receive my last message. I am preparing them, and you I say, the time has come when this new era began. 43. The precursor initiated the first peasants of my work, and later the master opened the book to show all his content, that is light, wisdom, salvation for humanity. Thus came that moment of grace for you. I gathered men and women of different beliefs and ideas. I entered his heart and only contemplated bitterness, disappointment. And they too, hearing my word, they did not reject it. They did not close their hearts. They did not discuss it. But they welcomed it with love and respect. 44. I made them consecrate themselves to study each one of the manifestations of my divinity, and they found them to be true, filled with great significance, and his heart was strengthened. But the moment came when I told them, I have lulled you, you have delighted with my caresses, and now it is time to fight. And the lips that had been clumsy or mute before spoke with the divine word. I poured out my word for themselves, and they were my spokespersons. Others I found filled with faith. I became guides and told them, draw hearts and with them form multitudes. Prepare with strength, because you are going to stumble over the harshness of humanity. You are going to fight with the disbelievers, because Thomas's seed is watered and has germinated in hearts. But I will nip the seed at the root and help you in your work. Each one of you will be like a torch that illuminates the path of your brothers. And when this time of my communication comes to an end and you only communicate with me from spirit to spirit, you will continue teaching, and men will be surprised and ask where you have learned. and you will show the book of your heart, where my teaching will be recorded and from which new inspirations will spring. 45. I will fight until you, after my departure, are ready. That is why I marked a long time, so that in it you had great opportunities to understand my work. I have not been visible to materialize. I said that in this time every sinful eye and not sinful eye will see me. But it should not be the eyes of flesh, but the spiritual gaze that contemplate, enlightened by consciousness, and the spirit, like a sanctuary, the one that feels me. 46. I have prepared workers in many regions to manifest my work. Listening to my teaching, how many moments your spirit has had happiness, how you have enjoyed the wonders that I have granted you, so that you recognize me. I have given you innumerable tests, because I want you already prepared to receive those who are appointed by me, to come to the knowledge of this teaching. As older brothers, you will be close to the hearts that suffer to support them and serve as a staff. Return the lost sheep to the fold. Relieve sorrows. Save your brothers. 47. I will help you with your cross when you are tired, and I will teach you to climb the mountain of fulfillment. What could you expect if you didn't comply? How will you feel strength? How can you live if after having heard me you do not give testimony of these lessons? 48. Be strong, love one another, and my blessing will fall on you like dew to encourage your ways. 49. When you feel the joys of life, you attribute this pleasure to the world, and I tell you, I want you to be happy. That's why I send you those moments of happiness, because when the child smiles, the Father also smiles. Seek healthy joys that do not disturb the spirit, and in them you will find me. But if you can smile in the middle of your sufferings, blessed are you. 50. My Father's gaze rests on your heart, O dear children, and I contemplate your recollection. Have you forgotten what belongs to your material life, and you come to feed yourself with my word, to fill yourselves with its essence and to feel deeply my presence in yourselves? I come to manifest myself to you because I love you and I want you to understand my desire. You, full of appreciation, show me your heart with humility and say to me, Master, read in it as in an open book and do your will in us. We will be in conformity with what you order in us. 51. I contemplate your faith and trust in my divinity. You know that I love you and I grant you all that is fair and is for your good. That is why you trust and ask me for help. It is a time of restitution that you live, in which you will not have joys, perfect nor lasting peace. This earth is not your homeland. You are passing inhabitants of it, and you are only carving a better life, superior to this according to your merits. 52. On earth you will feel, when you are ready, the peace of my spirit, that peace that you have tasted and that the rest of the world does not know. That sweetness that is poured into my word, that greatness that you have experienced when you find yourself elevated in communion with me. The world does not have this incentive and it needs it. It hopes for it, because it knows that it has to come, and some prepare themselves, feeling that the moment is coming for me to reach them. But I say to you, you will all be masters of this peace. Everyone will know the light of truth. My word will spread, and it will go lip to lip, from home to home, and from one nation to another, through the workers. But I have beheld them, and the people are slow to walk. It is fear, and my work has not gone beyond the small limits in which it has been enclosed, and that is not my will. 53. Workers, I have asked you to join together so that you form a single spirit, a single mind and heart, so that wherever you go your brothers find you, hear from you the same word, the same testimony in all, and see reflected in you my divine love. 54. I have taught you love, patience, humility, so that you can wear your mission like a sweet cross. The work of regeneration, purification, and spirituality of humanity is work of time. One generation will transmit to the next the same spirit of struggle and spiritual elevation, until the world, through the ages, is perfected and reaches the fulfillment of its mission. 55. Do not fear tomorrow. Do not be afraid to go too far and lose your way. The journey is so long that you will not reach the end in a short time. I am in each of your steps, the same in front of you as behind you, at your right and left. The strength of my spirit clothes you. That inner strength that encourages you to fight without fatigue. Will not quit. Some of you have fought year after year, and you have contemplated the dawn of each day as the first in which you are going to work for my work. 56. Seek in me all perfection, but do not demand absolute justice and perfection from the peasants. They are human and exposed to fall into weakness. They too are fighting for their redemption. That perfection that your spirit longs for, contemplate. Look for it in the spirits that inhabit high spiritual scales, where everything is love, beauty, and light. 57. Your heart clears up in fulfillment. Each one advances according to his love, his zeal and eagerness to serve. My word has been the same for all, and yet I have found peasants giving great steps of spirituality and others delayed in their evolution. 58. To know the substance of my teaching, you need to practice. If you only listen to my lessons and then forget them, you will not be able to preserve or impart that delicious essence that my teaching contains. It is so simple that you can practice it from the first moment you hear it. Love is the first law that I have made known to you, and from which all other laws and precepts spring. 59. I have told you that I have trained everyone equally, and I love everyone. Why do you not love without distinction of races, classes, or beliefs? Why do you love some and ignore others? Not only do you love those who do you good, seek them all and make bonds of love. Practice universal love that encompasses everything, and love your material and spiritual brothers. My work places in the same plane to all spirits. I want to contemplate everyone forming my family that loves each other and makes universal peace. So I make a pact with my divinity so that each one of you may be my representative wherever you are. 60. Prepare yourselves so that each one of you may be a fruit of the great tree, and that fruit multiply infinitely. 61. Pray for the world, and may that prayer be like a cloak that protects humanity, like an antidote against war, which at every moment approach us and makes man fall. 62. I bless all my creatures and leave them united in a close embrace. 63. Come to me those who are crying. I am the consolation. Love draws near to you, because you are the creatures that in their exile they need my Father's caress to get up. 64. You all carry a cross so that you can imitate the Master, but I don't want to see that cross become insufferable or annoying burden for your lack of understanding and elevation. 65. Vicissitudes hit your life like hurricanes, but that love for the Father and the trust that you have placed in Him, they give you peace of mind in the tests and make you emerge triumphant from it. 66. Whoever truly trusts me will never be disappointed. 67. Pain sensitizes the hard heart. It will be the one that makes crystal clear water flow from the rocks. The tests keep awake the spirit. 68. You have risen up in pursuit of my word, because you recognize the voice of the divine shepherd, whom, following you, rejoice to hear the Master. 69. It has not been duty that has prompted you to follow me on this path, nor has it been fear, but the desire to be useful to your fellow men to please your Father. 70. This is how the new disciples prepare to be the torches that illuminate the world. Blessed are those who understand and believe my word, for they will not hunger or thirst in spirit. 71. I do not want your heart to be filled with vanity and greatness tomorrow when you feel the wonders accomplished through your gifts. But I don't want to see you shy either, because you wouldn't know how to awaken confidence in your brothers. Have firmness in what you speak and do. 72. You will have to increase your preparation and perfect your steps, so that you will be recognized after my departure. 73. I have entrusted to all of you the gift of healing, with which you can perform miracles among the sick in body and spirit. 74. You will go in search of a lost, even in the mud itself, to give him the saving hand. If you think that my seed does not germinate there, you are wrong. I can show you that flowers as white as snow can sprout from the mud. The more lost a spirit is, the more love is required to go looking for it. And when he feels the caress or the balm, you will feel a ray of light penetrate, and you will be one of the most fervent. Your gratitude will be very great, because your debt that was also very large. 75. These you will seek as I have always come to seek you. Do not forget that the just are already with me. My peace be with you.